integrity, and honor excellence.
Jubilation and cheering long into the night.
College football Saturdays are back, and off we go with the Big Ten on NBC and Peacock. No return for Hatfield and East Carolina. We'll have the long field right out of the gate. So Chris alluded to it in our one-start his true freshman year, takes over this team.
Listen, watching warm-ups, very impressed. This is, as we talked about, an uphill battle. Michigan is extremely talented, well-coached, handled the nerves early on here for Mason Garcia. But he's big, 6'5", 250, and he's got a rocket right arm.
The winning drive from the 25. Give to Rajay Harris, their running back. Only a yard against this, again, stingy Michigan run defense. They were the best run defense in the Big Ten last year. Mason Graham in there, the sophomore, on the tackle.
Shotgun a lot, but they like to run the ball first. That's what they're going to try to do, I think, here early on.
After the gain of 1, 2nd and 9, protected and throws complete. On the 30-yard line, Josiah Hatfield gets leveled right away. Michigan comes up with Michael Barrett playing his 6th year.
Here, this is just a little stick route, a little 5-yard out route by the slot receiver. Ball's put right on the money, but we're going to see this 23 and 25. These middle linebackers from Michigan, we're going to see them all day today.
Barrett is 23, Junior Colson's 25. 3rd and 4. Wolverines show early pressure. Garcia over to the sideline to figure out what they're going to do. Michigan brings the heat. It's picked up. Garcia, downfield pass is incomplete. Lot of contact. No flag coming down. Leon Sabb, the safety, was this. Sabb, a very talented player. Archer Trafford is the punter. Does not hit a good one. Jake Thaw gets out of the way. This turns into a long kick. Going to be down inside the 10-yard line.
Stay away, kids and family.
Opening play for the Wolverines, and J.J. McCarthy backed up at their own 2-yard line. Blake Corum is the back, and he is stopped for a loss of a couple. The ball breaking the plane coming out, so no safety, but East Carolina's undersized goal.
Undersized front, but very athletic. You can see here bringing people off the edge. They want to create chaos. They know they can't go, man versus man and the size of this Michigan offensive line. So they're
officially a loss of 1. So 99 yards away, J.J. and the Wolverines. Inside handoff here, and Corum can't go anywhere again. Siobhan Revel, the boundary corner with the stop, and that's impressive because they're going up against the strength of this Michigan team, Chris.
As far as the running scheme is concerned, they're going to have their hands full trying to stop this group.
Donovan Edwards comes in now for 3rd down. Edwards and Corum, as good a 1-2 running back tandem as there is coming into this college football season. They're just going to give it no room for Edwards. So Michigan's vaunted offensive line gets nothing on 3 carries against East Carolina's.
They'll get on the sidelines and get it straight.
Backed up, Tommy Doman's first punt as a Wolverine is a good one. It's going to be fair caught.
To see, I think, more quarterback design runs and maybe max protect. Let's take a shot down the field.
A good spot on the field to start thinking about that. This is an inside give that will go nowhere. Loss of a yard for Rajay Harris there, and you see Michael Barrett out of the pile early. He and Junior Colson
instantly. And 25, Junior Colson is a big-time NFL prospect.
East Carolina empties the backfield. They have the big Garcia. Here he goes, design run to the 46-yard line. He'll pick up about 3 there. Set up a 3rd for a decade. So just as familiar with the college rules as well. We'll have Terry with us on our Big Ten broadcast throughout the year. The play leaves us with 3rd and 9. And Garcia retreating, throws it to Mickey. Sanderson with the interception to Michigan. The nickelback, converted wide receiver, one of the leaders of this defense, comes up with the game's first turnover.
This is one that East Carolina, Mason Garcia are going to wish they had back, Mike. Definitely. Looking at the play, he's got the little slot corner route here. He's got enough time to throw it. He's got somebody bearing down on him, but throws it off the back foot. It just doesn't let it go. Got a lot of room in front of him. Mikey Sainer still makes a nice play. Good hands by him. I like the idea by East Carolina.
Their coach, who is suspended for the first 3 games, that train formation got a lot of attention.
Yes, it did.
And all the players put up 4 fingers before they broke the line of the train and into formation.
These players love Coach Jim Harbaugh. And Harbaugh got a joke. You better get 4 yards. So he's going to be at home not happy. It was only 3.
Right.
He's going to be a little disappointed.
He got an idea that the offensive coaches had put that play in as a tribute to him for the game. 2nd and 7, and McCarthy scans and fires incomplete. The 3rd down now for the Wolverines at their own 46. McCarthy's got 5 in the pattern, fires back to Wilson. He's got it for the first down. Roman Wilson at the 38-yard line.
J.J. McCarthy on a 20-yard out route. J.J. McCarthy, from what I saw in pregame warm-ups, you're going to see a different quarterback this year for Michigan. He told us his arm, shoulder injury a little last year, definitely mechanics are a lot better than what they were last year. Last year, a lot of arm throws, a lot of acting almost as an independent contractor. Gets the body into it now, Mike.
Freshman Frederick Moore, top of the screen. Wolverines like their young receivers. From the 38, McCarthy. Stepping up, throwing underneath, and is complete just for 2 yards to Blake Corum.
You're going to see more ownership of the offense from J.J.
This is Corum dancing to the left. Good move, Corum.
There he goes, Denny. There he goes.
Blake Corum to the 15-yard line. A pickup of 23. 21 officially. Michigan looking good in this second drive. McCarthy to the tight end. Loveland got a block. They'll take it to the 10-yard line.
Linebacker or a safety trying to cover him.
See a lot of this from Michigan this year because of the personnel. 2 tight ends. Corum inside. That one is stopped. Back to the 15-yard.
Inside, he tried to bounce it outside, and that led to the Revell tackle.
I think East Carolina's going to take a timeout here. There's a beach ball that came out on the field too, but a timeout taken.
It's still summer, Mike.
It is. J.J. McCarthy. 2 receivers each side. 5 in the pattern. McCarthy flush. Steps up. Going to throw on the run. Michigan touchdown, Roman Wilson. If McCarthy stayed onside, it's the first score of the year for the Wolverines. I think they're going to review this. It's very, very close. Again,
I think he's okay, Mike.
any part of the body back behind the 14-yard line, including the ball. Terry McCauley, let me bring you in from back at our studio because I'm sure they're going to stop and the replay officials will review this. What do you see, Terry?
Yeah, Mike, I see the entire, when he releases the ball, his entire body, his foot, the ball is beyond the 14, beyond the line of scrimmage. This is an illegal forward pass, 5-yard penalty, loss of down, no touchdown.
Terry, even if the ball is lurking past back behind the line of scrimmage, that still would make it legal?
No, if the ball's behind the line of scrimmage, it's legal.
He's
but
still
the ball,
good.
That's right, it's still legal, right?
He releases it at about the 13. We see the line of scrimmage is the 14. The ball's at the...
Terry, you surprised?
We look at the line feed. He's clear.
For Michigan, that's going to make them much more dangerous.
So East Carolina, Mason Garcia, the quarterback, taking over at their own 25. Garcia.
He makes sure they keep steady with that run game. And he's going to need that today just for the management of the football game.
25. Close on the mesh point with Marlon Gugg. This Michigan wall stands up. No gain on first down for the sophomore running back of New. And he knew that, so he's going to coach the game with that in mind here today. Garcia flushed, fires. That one is complete to the 39-yard line. And Jay Lockett. You can see some right here on 3rd and inches. Use that 6'5", 250 frame to just lean forward and get the first down.
And there's one big dude after another up there. They're going to have to be creative. I'd like to see them get on the edge a little bit.
From the 37 on the run there, throws it incomplete for just
game. And at the same time, you don't want to make a big mistake. And I think that's what you're seeing from Mason Garcia right now. Being a little too careful. You just got to let it rip.
37 inside, give from Gunn, not going to go anywhere. Again, the Michigan
get there with their front 4. I don't think they want to blitz unless it's 3rd down. And look at this. This is where it gets crazy for Michigan. You see all these people at the line of scrimmage. Who's coming? Who's dropping?
Here comes the pressure. Gunn gets away. Garcia gets away. And he gets just past the 40-yard line. So instead of taking the big loss,
and see if they can just hang around and get in a rhythm.
Line drive again from Archer Trafford. Fielding at the Dims. Lewis Johnson with you. Start of a big college football day and a big college football year for us here on NBC and Peacock. 7-0 Michigan. J.J. McCarthy back to the air. Across the middle, complete to the 29-yard line. 19 yards for Cornelius Johnson, the graduate.
Gives us some time. Let the receivers work downfield.
Talk about a clean pocket. My goodness. Wow. Max Bredesen comes back to block for Donovan Edwards. Edwards will take it that way. Gain
sets and playing big people is going to be one of the mantras of this Michigan offense this year.
2nd and 9. Edwards is to the left. And about 3 yards there. Capping hit by Julius
there, but he wants to get up there and stop the run game.
Johnson in motion. 3rd and 7. Pressure comes. It's picked up. McCarthy strokes it complete. Wilson to the 44. And this
pretty complex
pickup, right?
You see big people in here again.
The 44, they'll protect. McCarthy will step up, go downfield, a crosser. Wilson was contacted, and the flag's down. You just mentioned. Well, that's a great play. I'll take the 15 yards because Wilson may still be running.
Exactly.
If you let him go. Final play of the quarter. Edwards on a bounce, and he stopped. Gain of 2 at the 39-yard line. 3-game suspension along the way. Wolverines start the quarter at the 39. McCarthy under center.
There it is. There it is. There he is. There he is. Get up in there. Yeah, baby.
And he is. No signal yet. Looks like he's just short. Out of bounds at the 2.
Out of the 2, Mike.
9 on the carry for Corum. That foot out before the extension. Just outside the 2. They're trying inside. Power to the goal line. Laying on bodies. Looks like he's in. The spot will.
Wow. I thought he got in.
I thought he was laying in.
There we
Touchdown. Blake Corum had 18 rushing touchdowns, all in 2022. A little more experience, a little pitch pass to get it going. Eric Patterson on the edge only gets a yard. Michigan speed to the edge. Big factor there.
Sideline, and they all tackle.
Second and 9, and Flynn will fire and complete. Good throw, good completion.
Maybe he has a better feel for the overall offense. Certainly not as talented as Garcia, so maybe he can diagnose this defense a little better.
When behind him, about to get hit, he throws incomplete. Flag is down as well around the Michigan pass rush. About.
Yes, and he's one of the guys they got hold.
Like Houston's team with a couple of penalties in the last few minutes. Very good last year. One of the least penalized teams in all of college football. Edge run here. Harris, nice run to the edge, the 30-yard line. And a good play.
Secure the edge, let that bounce outside, and here we are in 2nd and manageable for East Carolina.
And Alex Flynn going to bubble this out. This is technically a run play, may have been a backward pass. Whatever it goes down is.
And do the proper thing.
Out of the gun for 3rd and 1. Harris is the back. Will fake the pitch. Quarterback will keep it and get the first down out to the 35-yard line. So
a little short yardage situation. Finds a seam there to run through. Gets the first down.
Going back to work. Back to the air. Back shoulder throw is intercepted. What a play! Picked off by Josh Wallace.
He's going to go out of bounds here. Incredible job.
We'll watch it. Wallace, who played at UMass. Let's see if he gets down inbounds as he goes back to get it. Yes, absolutely. Terrific play. 2 feet down. Josh Wallace, first game in the big house. First big play for the Michigan defense. doing. Well done. Good rush on Trafford. Gets it away. Jake Thaw is going to let it bounce. Fielded at the 19. All season long on NBC and streamed here on Peacock. First run, it is Edwards to the edge of the 36-yard line. Donovan Edwards with a gain of 11. He's in there now with Kalel Mullings, former linebacker, switched over to the offense.
Look at this. We got 4 eligible receivers to one side here.
And it is Mullings running the inside, and he'll be stopped. Donovan Edwards carry there while you were looking at that. Lost for a yard. So now it's 3rd and 11 from the 35. ECU brings some pressure. McCarthy moves, fires complete. That's Carmelo English. No, it's Johnson, 6. Beg your pardon. Johnson is a graduate student from Michigan as we go through the year.
Extra tackle, extra 2 tight ends. What do you think they're going to do here?
You want to run it?
I would think so. Or maybe protect and take a shot. Here it is.
Donovan Edwards, the fake. The throw across the middle is complete. The tight end, Colston Loveland, to the 25-yard line. And another
throws from Michigan more this year.
Gain of 24. McCarthy ripped 9 in a row here. Both backs, Corum and Edwards, in the game. They're both out in the pass pattern. McCarthy hit as he throws to Loveland. He's got it at the 10-yard line. Holston Loveland. What about the location on that ball, Chris? Touching the 10, 1st and goal for the Wolverines. Back to the air again, McCarthy. Flushed, fires across his body, another touchdown! 2 for 2, scrambling to Roman Wilson. Michigan touchdown. On that extra point, Moody was the longtime kicker, now drafted by the 49ers of the NFL. Legs plus arm gives you a chance for success. It is Alex Flynn once again at quarterback, and for the second time before a ball is snapped, East Carolina takes a timeout here as they have a play clock issue. So while they sort that, we go down to Lewis Johnson.
Yesterday, and I remember him saying that since the moment that their team lost to TCU last year, he said he doesn't feel like he has a chip on his shoulder, but the whole bag is on his shoulder. So he has really been playing well, and he's paid so much attention to detail in the offseason. He said he put on more weight to break more tackles. He's been working to be more in rhythm with the wide receivers, and we've surely seen that today. And he's focused so much more on the mental side of the games. And he said for the first time, he feels so much better going into a season. And it's really showing because J.J. McCarthy is looking great here in the opener of this season.
Yeah, Lewis, that chip on his shoulder, and that's what I was alluding to when we came out of the break. He really put purposeful work in this offseason. Flynn, nice escapability there. On the run, he will take off and get 3 yards out of it to the 28-yard line before Michael.
Right now, as far as size and speed.
Barrett and Colson, 23 and 25. Flynn fires. It's complete. Out to the 33-yard line in front of Sabb, the safety.
Pirates.
Rajay Harris joins Javius Bond in the backfield.
Front here by Michigan.
And Flynn will throw. He'll get the first down. Bond, nice shake out of the backfield. And some explosive speed on the run across midfield and a first down. And that is exactly why they want to get him in. It's a Pirates to the Michigan side of midfield. Wolverines 48. Here is Harris inside. Gain of 2 or 3 yards. Chris, I want to ask you about... We've seen Alex Flynn, the redshirt junior, come in and have a more calm and stable offense. Flagged down for a flinch by the receiver at the bottom of the screen. Josh Wallace, graduate student, played 4 years at UMass before transferring here. Pointed it out right away. Flynn to the air, and that pass is complete. Jalen Johnson lost his man.
It was 5-man front once again by Michigan. Okay, and now he's got to organize it and figure it out. They run it.
And Flynn keeps it. He gets the first down. Good effort by Alex Flynn. There were a lot of times that play looked like it was going to be under 2 minutes. And Flynn with it on the ground. A couple of yards with Javius Bond as they go with the 2 back. Down to a minute 15 remaining in this first half. And Flynn protected for the moment. Nothing open. So now he's running for his life, trying to get rid of it. Got to get it back to the line of scrimmage somewhere in that general vicinity, and he does as he comes in for Michigan as East Carolina subbed late. Michigan should have been caught with too many men on the field. It wasn't flagged. Flynn fires. Beautiful throw caught at the 15-yard line by Jalen Johnson. Did he hang on? Let's see. Conversation here. Lead the ball to North Carolina. This is from 51 to get the Pirates on the board. And it's going to be no good. Kept the first half at Colorado. All coming up in a moment. Michigan to the air, and McCarthy throws. It is another completion to Cornelius Johnson. 40 seconds, two-time Jesse Minter acting as the head coach today, in charge of the timeouts in this situation. McCarthy's sideline. It is ruled a catch, rolling out of bounds for Frederick Moore. There's the freshman. Wilson. Timeout. And Jesse Minter takes the timeout here. Good job, Chris.
Two things jump.
Michigan. They're second.
Two things jump out. You hear the ref calling the 20-second timeout here. But McCarthy, one, you see the first two completions of the drive.
Yeah.
Opposite hash out routes. That first off is not very easy in college football because a 5-yard out route's a 40-yard throw, basically. But it shows you they have the confidence in him to make that throw. He's got the arm to make that throw. And he's just been absolutely on point today. You see there, deep out routes, the movement in the pocket, and feeling the pressure is the most important thing instead of looking at it and then trying to get your eyes up to look downfield. I've just been extremely impressed with the poise and then making the right decision and the appropriate throw almost all game long. In fact, off the top of my head, I can't really think of a throw that wasn't good. So it's exciting if you're a Michigan fan right now because J.J. McCarthy looks like he's ready to take the next step in a big, big way.
Only one incompletion and on a roll. So now 14 seconds. Wolverines have one timeout. Saw the kicker Turner miss badly on the last extra point. I wonder if they can take a shot here or two before the half is done. Number 41, McCarthy trying to get another first down. He will on the sideline. Catch is made. That's managing the clock. He's trying to save that timeout and give Michigan a shot to score again before the break.
Little out route you're going to see to get out of bounds.
And it's incomplete with McCarthy.
And off target.
And now 5 seconds left. And what do? Do you go for the long 50 before the break?
With the pressure on.
And into the wind. Turner, low line drive. And he got it from 50.
That was good from 60.
Defense has really good personnel as well, Coach. I think we're going to play well tonight.
Sounds good. Could be a good night.
No, you can't stop me now. I'm on a mission now. I'm on a mission now. I'm going to crank it loud. They keep it coming now. No, you can't stop me now.
It's easy to Geico.
I'm on a mission now.
Well, this guy's been on a mission since the end of last year as a playoff loss to TCU. J.J. McCarthy, an outstanding first half. Michigan up 23-0. We get set for the third quarter here at the Big House. Mike Tirico, Chris Sims, our pleasure. Yard line. Let's go down to Lewis Johnson.
Efficiency on third down on both sides of the ball. Solid in the red zone. Continued great play by J.J. McCarthy. And then he said, expect to see more run plays here in this second half to kind of soften this game up. Mike?
This is not the typical look, but this second half, I think we're going to see them get back to smash mouth and working on that aspect of their offense.
McCarthy on the fake and the toss to Max Bredesen. First down for a familiar name to Wolverine fans across the 40.
Very good bootleg play action as we're seeing, and he throws the ball very nicely on the run.
The 41, Blake Corum, a bounce to the left, through a tackle. Corum to the 49-yard line before Mike Edwards brings him down.
Lightning and lightning. And we said, okay, we like it. Let's go.
Wolverines bring in a 6th offensive lineman again, Trente Jones, and they'll protect. But McCarthy throws it complete. Across the middle of the 35, Cornelius Johnson.
Of a way they can attack you with Michigan.
Down for the 35. Corum cuts it back. And he'll gain about 2 yards, maybe 3 to the 32. See, I had you mentioning Kyle Shanahan before the 12th minute. Now the quarterback's coach and the acting offensive coordinator for today. And Sharon Moore, the offensive coordinator full-time for the Wolverines, has done. For the pattern here, caught by Darius Clemens.
Create some plays when they play the college football elite.
We go quick here. Corum to the inside. Looks like he'll get the first down right at the 25-yard line. Man who caught the last ball, Darius Clemens, was questionable coming in, and he limped to the sideline, too, after that last year. And then before that was with Clark Lee in Clark's first season at Vanderbilt. For the 25, McCarthy, clean in the pocket, firing end zone, and it's incomplete. Beautiful play. Driving back on the ball to break it.
Play by the DB.
Nice cut up the field for Edwards. Donovan Edwards. Right at the first down marker with a flag down as he gets to the 15-yard line.
It's awesome.
Right.
I mean, they made me laugh and chuckle, and they're really unique, and they're selfless, just like the rest of the team. I think they're very humble. It's the team aspect. They feed off of each other, and NFL is kind of an issue. And getting a second contract, and this takes a little wear and tear off these guys.
2nd and 11. Corum stays into block. McCarthy escapes again on the run for Wilson. Incomplete that time.
I mean, again, great eyes. He looks to the flat to make the corner sit flat-footed just a little bit. And so he threatens the throw to 6 and then throws just a perfect, appropriate ball into the back corner. What is that, Mike? The 5th or 6th great corner route we've seen them throw today?
Yeah, they great route combinations, right? The flat underneath it.
Make it tough on zone coverage, put the corner in a bind. Who do you want to stop, the high one or the low one? And McCarthy makes the right decision.
J.J. McCarthy has thrown 3. All 3 to Roman Wilson. Lighten it up on opening day in the Big House. Catch called. East Carolina to 25. All right, teach me some.
And see in the field.
Try a little trickeration here for East Carolina. Get this going. Jari Patterson is stopped. It was well read. There was not a lot of room to make a play as Ernest Hausman, 3.5 yards of play. 46 of those coming on the ground here. They'll try their best back. Rajay Harris to the edge. We'll get to the 27-yard line for the Wolverines come calling. Led by Braden here. Small thing like you just showed us.
Small things that are big things. And that was something we heard those players say to us a lot during meetings throughout the week.
This pass is incomplete. Good twisting 4-man rush by the Wolverines. Mike and Mark were working that game too. Pressure on here. Trafford gets it away. Nice kick too under pressure. Took Faw back to the 29. He's got some space if he can get to the near side. There are flags down. Faw's down. Pre-game University imposed suspension, but you see from T-shirts that the players had on to other things, he is on the mind of folks today, including this, the train play that they made famous in 2016. The players had 4 fingers up, and McCarthy pulls his interesting time with the Wolverines and their head coach in the build-up to the offseason with the 3-game University imposed suspension starting here today. This run on the edge for Corum just for 2 yards. It goes back to Allen. Very rare for them. Harbaugh going in saying, don't get bitter, get better. That's what he tells his kids, what he tells his team, and that's the way he's trying to approach this 3-game ban where Minter is the head coach today. 2nd and 6 at the 22, and it's swung out to Edwards. And Donovan's got it right around the first down mark, the running back. And as you talk to the players, you really got the sense of they wanted to almost like prove to Dad, you raised us right. We're ready to take care of business without you here this week. What did you take away from our sit down with Jim Harbaugh when we visited with
nothing beats playing, but competing as a coach is the next best thing you get. And, he's a psycho, but a psycho in a good way. I say that because of his love for the game and his attention to detail and all.
Complete to Colston Loveland, to the 48-yard.
Underneath center, there's a lot of different things you can do.
Edwards to the right. Edwards sideline out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Run of 15 there on first down.
Players, everybody. And what I think I was shocked by was how all the players basically told us that, Harbaugh's responsible for the daily energy. Right? And that to me,
what a play.
Yeah, what a play is right.
To Blake Corum, McCarthy avoids the sack, pitches it in the air. Corum with the reception. Sarad Ware was about to take JJ.
Energy, talks a little smack to the guy, smacks him on the shoulder pad. It gets everybody going. And you don't always hear head coaches do that stuff.
Flag is down. Looks like it'll be the second penalty of the game against the Wolverines in the first.
Everybody in order, makes all the calls, and they got a lot of smart guys up front.
Second and 20, seeing the Pirates overloaded to the left side of the Michigan offense, their defensive right.
Yep, right here. What are they going to do with that crew right there?
Stem out of it, go line up. McCarthy chased from behind. Going to take a big hit in the throw. Incomplete, and the big hit's going to draw a flag as well.
Holy cow, that was a big hit.
McCarthy was complete. Officials with conversation to what is the call here. So Powers, a reserve defensive edge, will be out for the first half of the Marshall game as well. So the first down takes the Wolverines to the 33. McCarthy stays in the air and a lot of space on the sideline for Cornelius Johnson. Out of bounds inside the 20th. An example of it on and off the field.
Yes, went to a private school in Greenwich called Brunswick. It's a very good school academically, got a good little football program. And yeah, he's a well-rounded football player. All these Michigan kids are well-rounded people.
Hey, wait a minute. This generation's really got their act together better than my generation did. It was pretty interesting. Here's a pop by Edwards. Donovan Edwards inside the 15 to the 13-yard line and thrown down. We'll add a flag.
World, and I think he sees. So now you're looking at me like that.
Edwards on the run. Keep the pile pushing to the 3. It's a big day for me. I have now worked with both you.
Before we started today.
Stop it. Second and goal from the 2. Bouncing Edwards, trying to get him a touchdown. He's stopped by this East Carolina defense trying to jump. Wolverines ready to go. McCarthy giving Edwards. Pounds to the goal line. And in, but a penalty marker is down. As Edwards gets in for the touchdown, it looks like it's on ECU for offsides.
The ruling on the field was changed because the runner was down short of the goal line. As a result, the defensive penalty will be accepted. Offside defense, half the distance to the goal, remains third down.
Stout inside and forcing 4th and goal.
They're going to get up to the huddle here and do it again. They're stubborn, just like their head coach who's sitting in the family room right now.
No go, no huddle again, try to go quick.
Yep, here they go. I think we're going to see the same exact thing. Third play in a row.
All right, 4th and goal. Try it one more time, and this time the ball handling not smooth. McCarthy stopped, and East Carolina shows a little bit of toughness. So the score, that's 6 off the board. It's 30-0.
By Michigan player while down. The ball goes over on downs. 1st and 10, East Carolina. Media timeout.
So while it looked like it was going to be 36-0, there are some folks looking for a 36-point lead. In fact, it remains 30-0 as McCarthy on the ball handling. What are you laughing at? McCarthy on the ball handling loses it. And East Carolina comes up with a stop near the goal line. Cincinnati close against NC State. So inexperience on this team this year. Back to Mason Garcia, quarterback. Out of his own end zone throws. It is a flag down as it's caught at the 30-yard line. We will see if...
I don't think Max Garcia was definitely...
Offense, number 82.
Get him experience. This is a time where he can grow and get some quality reps for the rest of the football season.
Final play of this third quarter is a Marlon gun run for a couple of yards. East Carolina's got 3 opening Saturday of the college football season in the Big House. 30-0 Michigan after 3. In control, 30-0 on top. Facing Garcia, going to try a big ball sideline, and this one is, I think that 1 foot was in. No, out of bounds. Jalen Johnson was close on the sideline. Another deep ball, back shoulder throw. Incomplete, 3rd down. Good
Kept
call.
Everybody in the block and just sent the 2 outside receivers on go routes. You'll see here, it's total.
Dominated in terms of time of possession in that third quarter. They only ran 4 plays. Michigan had it for 13 of the 15 minutes in the third.
Draw up the middle with the running back.
Only 116 yards to the Pirates. in this first 3 quarters to try to dump it to the back. Marlon Gunn incomplete. And it will be a 3-and-out. 45, cutting to the outside, trying to pick up blocks. Good tackle in the open field, brings him down. The junior out of Los Angeles, California, will get the first look as the number 2 quarterback for Michigan. He and Jack Tuttle in a battle for the backup job. Kalel Mullings with the carry, so you would assume the day is done.
He seems to be the guy that really knows the offense. They're comfortable in that manner, where Jack Tuttle, the other backup quarterbacks, got a very strong arm. Opened some eyes with that aspect of his game.
Flag down before this throw. More penalties here in the second half. Pretty clean first half.
Encroachment, offense, lined up over the ball. 5-yard penalty remains. Second down.
You don't hear that one every day. Encroachment on the offense.
Number 82.
Usually the offense is pretty good about knowing where the line of scrimmage is. That's usually a defensive call right there.
So drop Michigan back here, Chris, to the 41. Davis Warren didn't play in 21. Scout team player on the offensive side. 22, played 5 games last year, just 5 of 9 passing. Drop here, a ball incomplete. Good break on the ball as it's broken up by ECU. It'll bring up.
Corum said, "This is my last ride, and I'm going for it all." He has been all smiles here this second half. Mike.
And leading a running back room that this man's a part of as well. Powerful back in Kalel Mullings, pushed by the Wolverine offensive line to within a yard of the first down. So on 3rd and 12, they get 11, and they'll probably go for it again here on 4th down.
I mean, Kalel Mullings, they were bouncing off him here for the 11-yard they look for at every position, and they stay true to it. I really respect that about Michigan.
They go for it on 4th down, and it's a legal motion on the Wolverines. Going to back them up here 5 more. And we'll see what they'll do. Jesse Minter's got one of those coach's decisions. And Turner with a chance for his career long. Slight wind at his back. And the ball to his left. Blackledge and Catherine Tappan all set to go from State College, and our studio team there as well. First down run here with Mason Garcia. He'll take it out near the 39-yard line.
Chris, Penn State sounds like they're the team that could kind of upset the apple cart in the Big Ten this year a little bit. I think they're another team like Ohio State and Michigan that has a ton of NFL players on the radar, and they're the one team.
Last year in high school. To the Wolverine side of the field from the 49. Garcia on the scramble, little check down. Smart play here to get to the 42-yard line again with Bond. East Carolina is trying to score. Actually mentioned Syracuse in each half.
How convenient.
It's now an official broadcast. The run inside for a loss of a yard. College football, almost 5 or 6 per conference.
Agreed.
Really
I mean, right off the bat, just the big ones we know about, right? Caleb Williams is looking like he is on a trajectory to be the #1 pick in the draft. Very excited to see him. He really jumped off the screen to me last year watching him play. So you're right, Mike. There's some guys to be excited about throwing the football this year.
Garner again to the 31-yard line. Good throw by Garcia. It's exactly what East Carolina's hoping for. Get a drive, get downfield, get on the board here. You mentioned you'll see Penix. It's a Peacock exclusive game up in East Lansing on the Huskies.
Everson, he looks like he's really improved his throwing over the last 2 years.
The 31 inside. Good run by Gunn, Marlon Gunn, and East Carolina.
And they can build on into their regular season schedule.
Michigan's backed off, a little softer defense, taking some of the starters out. A little inside run here with Marlon Gunn to the 15-yard line. Look back at the safety position for the Wolverines. DJ Waller, a freshman out of Youngstown, Ohio, is in there with Keon Sabb. Had all of his guys in this one. 2nd and 7 for the Pirates. Garcia shoveling on the inside for Shane Calhoun, his tight end, but 2 flags come down here.
I think they held 55 Mason Graham, and he still made the tackle. Now, he's only 6'3", 318. So but that's what I thought I saw. Maybe I'm wrong here.
With 2 flags, and I believe we have 2 fouls on the play.
Okay.
As well. Halfway through the 4th.
Ineligible man downfield, number 65 offensive penalty declined. Holding, number 78 offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains second down.
Terry McCauley, just to reacquaint the folks watching college football, the downfield lineman is even harder. Helps the interpretation.
It makes them be more. It helps them to be more accurate in most cases.
That's true. Well said. Garcia dropping a roll here for the 25. He's going to try to throw it incomplete. He was running for his life. He's being chased by Braden McGregor, the senior edge for Michigan.
I like how Michigan up front, Chris Jenkins was just in there. Mason Graham we talked about. They kept those guys playing.
Yeah.
I would.
All right. Just getting ahead of it. Maybe look at the first down. Garcia on the run. Nice move there. We get to the 14.
Oh.
So it's third
Now
and
they
about
got the manageable.
6.5. This is one of those you want to keep
Let's
keep a drive going. You have to do these, but
What?
do you want to avoid the shutout? Yeah, we're going for it.
They're going for it.
Fall around, hurt yourself. Let's go if you're sick.
I can remember being in Pittsburgh one year, playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? John Gruden, the head.
Garcia is going to move his receiver here. 4th down. Stepping up. Flag is down. And he is down at the 13-yard line. Ernest Hausman again didn't get the reps early with a lot of 2 linebackers setups with Michigan Wolverines with time friend and partner. It's great to be back here at Michigan Stadium. I will tell you that game, one of the better ones in the history of this stadium, triple overtime Wolverine comeback over Michigan State, preceded by the worst spot I've ever seen in the history of officiating. And I usually take care of the officials because they have a very hard job.
Yes.
It's Benjamin Hall, the freshman from Georgia, with his first carry. But they marked a ball that was a first down that was short of the first down. And Steve Spurrier was on the South Carolina side. He went ballistic. And so South Carolina was so upset. The next play was the Jadeveon Clowney hit. And
right.
South Carolina deserved the ball, and he took it away.
Yeah, that's one of the all-time great highlight moments in college football history. So, yeah, you were there for that. And then, of course, here forever ago. Oh, my gosh. That was probably around the time I got a chance to meet you when I was a young kid.
That's right. Pass here by Davis Warren on 3rd and 8. Incomplete. And that throw down is going to bring up a flag. 1 still to go.
Did you ever apply to Michigan when you were in school?
No.
Nothing like that? Never?
No. Live in the state, but I'm not from here. I'm a New York kid.
I know you
Turf
are.
Monster got Davis Warren. He was scrambling, lost
For touchdowns.
Yes, you did. The last drive.
Yes.
That's right.
And then,
That's right.
And then we got the ball with very little time left, and I threw an interception really late in the game.
Good run here. C.J. Stokes got back to the original line of scrimmage, the 30-yard line. Will set up 3rd down. Yeah, I think Texas had gone a whole backup quarterback. He and Jack Tuttle be in that battle. They'll run here, and East Carolina will stop it for a loss of about 3 yards as there was nothing going for C.J. Stokes. Mike Edwards has had a nice game here. Made the tackle.
What to do for this crowd tonight, Mike? The day's not over.
It's early starts. Mason Garcia back in the quarterback. Javius Bond is running back. And that throw is complete to the middle. Jalen Johnson to the 41-yard line. So the Wolves spend September and then with the Buckeyes in here on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Bond to the 45-yard line. But we saw Lincoln, Nebraska, here in volleyball last year nationally. She went to Skyline High School in Ann Arbor, about 6 miles from here. And her dad, the late Veda Murray, was a great Michigan player, had a legendary kick block in a big Big Ten game in the Big House. And the Murray family had
respect from all angles, and that was incredible when I saw that. I've never seen anything like that, especially for a volleyball game.
Harper's sister Kendall, a senior starter here for the Wolverines in volleyball. Gerald Green transferring to Georgia Southern with a catch. He's hit hard at the 41-yard line by Coach.
Garcia threw one great ball after another in pregame. But as you see, that's just what nerves do in inexperience. And he lost control of the ball and made some bad decisions for his first time out here in a long time.
Got away from that pressure coming off the corner to make that a gain, and timeout taken by Mike Houston here as they try to get on the board with 40.
Right.
His dad, Rick Minter, longtime head coach in college football and analyst on this Michigan staff. 46 seconds remaining.
I would imagine, Mike, he's candidate number 1.
Hart, the running backs. Sharon Moore, the offensive coordinator and O-line coach, gets the head coaching opportunity in game 3. 18 seconds remaining after that completion. Once again, Jared Garner, who's good here for East. I'm sorry, it was Josiah Hatfield, 88. Beg your pardon. But Garner and Hatfield, well, one of the top attendance teams in the American Conference. For the 25, Garcia. Another back shoulder throw. Shane Calhoun, a lot of contact, incomplete. 12 seconds left. And a good program at Texas San Antonio now fill out the American. Final dozen seconds. Garcia's got time. Underneath and complete. To the 16, going to take a timeout. So going to take an end zone shot here on the final play with 5 seconds left.
They're about to do this either.
Andrew Conrad, sleeve on the left leg, to get on the board from 33. And he knocks it through. Jesse Minter and the Michigan.
What a football game!